What's up, everybody? It's Devin. The video for today will be showcasing card show pickups. I recently attended a show yesterday. I'll be posting this today on Sunday. I attended a show yesterday on Saturday in Ohio. It was the Xenia Card Show, which is in Xenia, Ohio. It was a one-day show on Saturday. It was a very short show. It ran from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It opened up for dealer setup starting at 7:30 a.m. I want to say it was roughly 150 tables. It might have been closer to 200. There was two different barns that were within like 20, 30 feet of each other that you just did a quick walkway into each one, and they both had dealers. I was a little disappointed in how quickly some of the people were packing up. There was dealers packing up as early as like 12, 1 o'clock, and the show only started at 10 a.m. So it was a little disappointing that there was a good handful of dealers that A, just didn't show up, and B, packed up pretty early. So that was a little disappointing. Other than that, still had a chance to pick up some awesome things, bought some cool things, did a couple cool trades. So had a lot of fun. Mikey came with me at the show. So it's always fun getting to travel and doing a card show with Mikey. I do apologize before I start showcasing what I picked up. I'm a little clogged up. I'm not feeling 100% right now. So if I sound nasally, it's because I'm a little congested right now. So I apologize. I'm going to start off with the front row. It's just things that I just straight up purchased. The back row was part of different trades. Probably the second, I think this is going to be the most valuable card that I picked up. We'll see. It's going to be in between one and another card. But I think the coolest, at least top two coolest, 2000 Bowman Chrome Tom Brady. So his rookie card. A BGS 9.5, but this is a True Gem Plus with 10 quarters, which is a very tough thing to do with this Chrome card. I had, going into the show, a True Gem, and I actually traded it at the show, and I'll showcase what I traded it for there in the back. And then I found this like an hour later, and I was like, I gotta pick it up. I traded the True Gem, and now I picked up a True Gem Plus. So picked up that bad boy of Tom Brady. That is the highest graded copy I've ever owned of Tom Brady for that card. So that was kind of fun picking that one up. These three piles right here were from the same dealer. I went back multiple times throughout the day and picked up different stacks. This was the first stack that I picked up. I'll go over this one first. This is by far some of the coolest stuff I've bought in a while. He purchased a collection just before the show, a couple of days prior to the show, and then basically brought everything there, and I bought the majority of the better stuff, as you'll see in the next couple of piles. But you start off with the 1995 metal nuts and bolts Michael Jordan PSA 10. A Ray Allen from 96-97 Fleer Ultra Platinum Medallion Edition rookie. A Jim Tomey. This is going to be the Essential Credentials Future. And I'm very excited to evaluate this. I don't know if you guys can tell. The corners look very nice. I have no idea about surface. We'll have to see. But, like, look at those corners and how good that looks. So, I got to evaluate a couple of these cards. I'll evaluate the Ray Allen and a couple of these other guys. Sorry. Do I have it wrong? There we go. Yeah. Screw me up with the numbers. So I was like, I thought it was out of 86. So 60 out of 86 there is the numbering. That was a dumb moment by me there. Then you got a Deion Sanders Legacy Collection. This is going to be from row 2 from 97 Flair Showcase, numbered out of 100. So row 2 up there. It is fairly beat up. There's some paper loss there on the bottom left corner, but still very cool to get a Legacy Collection of Deion Sanders. Then you got Topps Finest. I want to say this was from 2000. A gold refractor of Peyton Manning, numbered out of 300. 2000. 47 out of 300 there for Peyton Manning. And then probably this is going to be arguably top 2 pickup. Might be my favorite from the show. That and the Brady. 2 most valuable for sure. But I don't think I've ever owned this Kobe before. It's from 98, 99 Skybox. This is going to be the Molten Metal Fusion Titanium. of Kobe Bryant. Just an awesome looking card. Serial numbered out of 250. 158 out of 250. I looked at the surface and the front. Looks pretty decent. The bottom left corner seems to have a little something going on with it. I'm not sure what exactly. I got to look at it more in depth. And then I did know when purchasing it, the upper right corner had some whitening. So I wouldn't expect it to be a high grade, but it might have a chance to potentially BGS 8, PSA 8, depending on how much they would knock that corner. I'm sure PSA is grading this type of card very tough right now, so I got to look at it more in depth, but definitely would be potentially grading the Kobe, the Peyton Manning, Dion I won't because the paper loss, the Jim Tomei for sure. I'll definitely take a look at that. And the Ray Allen I would be taking a look at. So that was a really fun first purchase to start the day as I was walking around. Obviously the Kobe is the big one from there, but I think the Gym Essential Credentials Future is going to be a sneaky one if it can potentially grade high. I think that's got a chance to be something special. This was the second lot that I purchased from this guy. Like I said, I went back around a little bit later because I bought the first lot from him pretty quickly and then wanted to go see what some other dealers had. And then I came back and found a couple other things that he had. Vince Carter, Prism Fast Break Auto in the New Jersey Nets uniform. Winning combos. You got Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant dual jersey. These are both game used jersey pieces. Well, Kobe is shorts and McGrady is part of his jersey, but still pretty cool there to have those two on the same card. 69 Hank Aaron, severely off-centered, but I've been trying to learn more about purchasing raw vintage, so I thought I got these at a decent price. 51 Bowman Ted Williams was fairly beat up. Clearly would probably grade a PSA 1. A lot wrong with it, but I thought centering was decent. And it still looks okay. I mean, those cuts at the top definitely hurt it, but 51 Bowman Ted Williams, and then this is what, 59, I think? Yeah, 59 Willie Mays. Also kind of beat up, off-centered, definitely doesn't look great, so probably in that 1-2 grading range. I'll look at that one. That would be the only one out of the three that I potentially would grade, but probably going to keep all three of those raw. And then some cheap slabs. 2022 Mosaic Paolo Banchero Reactive Blue PSA 10. And then you can never go wrong with the Derrick Rose rookie, especially when you go and set up at the Chicago show. 2008 Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 9 rookie of Derrick Rose. So that was the second lot that I purchased from him. And then this was the final one. We got 2017 Optic Jason Tatum Red-Yellow rookie. We'll look at this one to potentially grade. A little bit of whitening there in the bottom left, but I thought overall it looked nice, so I'll look at that one more. 2007 Topps Chrome, Calvin Johnson rookie. Won't be grading this one. There were some corner issues on the back. I want to say, yeah, it was back there. But still a cool one. Being from Michigan, his stuff always sells if you have it appropriately priced. And then another Kobe, 2009 Moments in Time from Rookies and Stars. This is going to be serial numbered out of 150, I think, or 250. 250. 10 out of 250 there on the Kobe Bryant, and it's graded a PSA 9. So that was everything that I straight up purchased while at the show. Obviously, the two highlights, the most expensive ones is going to be the Kobe Bryant, the Fusion Titanium out of 250, and then the Tom Brady Bowman Chrome BGS 9.5 True Gem Plus. Those are obviously the two most expensive. I think the two coolest, but the rest of this stack is just, I just think really cool. Platinum Medallion, Legacy Collection, which I know it's beat up. Gold Refractor of Peyton Manning from 2000. And then, like I said, I think the Jim Tomei, which, by the way, I might be pronouncing his name wrong. So if it is not Tomei, I completely apologize. I do my best to try and be up to date with how to pronounce names, but I do not get everything right because there are so many different names that I speak in a video. So if I offend anybody, I apologize. Okay, so that was all the purchases. Now I'm going to go over two trades that I made. This first trade, I had a Glaceon Japanese Glaceon VMAX. It was like the secret or the alt rare as a PSA 10. It was, I think, around 450 value. So we traded into these 5 slabs straight up. You got a 2020 Prism LeBron James Silver PSA 9 doing the Kobe tribute dunk. And then you got 4 Pokemon slabs. 2000 Pokemon Rocket Dark Blastoise Hollow PSA 8. Sabrina's Gengar from Gym Heroes Hollow PSA 7. And then 2 first editions. You got a first edition Pokemon Gym Challenge Rockets Mewtwo Hollow PSA 6. And then a PSA 9 of a first edition Kadabra. And this is going to be the Shadowless version. So kind of cool one there of Kadabra as a PSA 9. So that was traded straight up for the Glaceon VMAX. Was basically 5 slabs. I traded down, and he got the 1 more valuable slab in return. Now, this next trade, I'm very excited about this one. I think there's a lot of potential, and I'm going to be able to do a lot of learning from this, which is always the best thing for me, is when I can get into something at a reasonable price and I can learn something that I've never learned before. That is like picture perfect scenario. So I mentioned that I had picked up this Bowman Chrome Tom Brady BGS 9.5 and that it was a True Gem Plus. I had at the beginning of the show, before I purchased this one, a True Gem, same exact card of Brady, just 4 9.5s, and I traded that for everything here in this stack and this stack behind it. So we did a straight up trade. I valued my Brady in the trade at $3,200 because it was a True Gem. And then I traded for all this stuff straight up. There was no cash or no money involved. It was just a straight trade. So you have 12 slabs, which I will showcase. And then behind it is a near complete set of 1986 Fleer basketball, which I will dive into that after the slabs. But we'll do the slabs first. The slabs, I came to a total value of $2,610. That's what I believed market value was. And because I had the Brady a tick higher than what it had last sold for, I think it last sold for $3,000 for like a True Gem of that Bowman Chrome Brady. I had mine listed at 32 because I traded at 32. I gave him full value on the slabs, and then we'll break down the 86 Fleer near complete set after that. So 2610 was the total value of these 12 slabs. So you had 2018 Chronicles Luka Doncic Obsidian PSA 10, 58 Topps Mickey Mantle All-Star SGC 3.5, 97 Rockstars Die Cut MJ PSA 7. 1980 Topps Ricky Henderson Rookie PSA 6. 87 Fleer Sticker MJ PSA 6, which actually looked fairly nice on the front for a PSA 6. 89 Score Barry Sanders PSA 9 Rookie. 65 Topps Pete Rose PSA 6. I think that's what, 3rd year Pete Rose, because 63 was his rookie. 2013 Prism Giannis Antetokounmpo PSA 10 base rookie. 57 Topps Mickey Mantle PSA 3, decent centering there for a PSA 3. 68 Topps Reds rookies Johnny Bench Ron Tompkins PSA 3, so Johnny Bench rookie there from 68. 61 home run leaders from the AL PSA 6 American League. You got Roger Maris, I do not know, Don Lemon, Rocky Calvito, and Mickey Mantle. I did get those suckers. PSA 6 there on the home run leaders. And then 1960 Topps Mickey Mantle SGC 2.5. So it's a nice little mix of vintage, some new school stuff, Giannis, Barry, MJ, and Luka. So the total of that, again, was $2,610. Then we had $3,200. I told him I needed to be at trade. So that left us, bring out my old school calculator. Don't mock me about this thing. I still use it. all the time. 3,200 was trade that I wanted. 2,610 I gave on value in the slabs. We had 590 left over. Or it might have been 2,620 because I think it was, yeah, I take that back. It was 2,620 because 580 was remaining value. So this is where the near complete set comes in. He had a 86 Fleer near complete set. Now, it is clearly, and obviously, with the value that we're talking about, missing the MJ. So card number 57 is missing. Also, very weird and bizarre, card number 21. I can't remember who that is off the top of my head, but those two cards are missing. So it's a 132 card set originally with everybody. We're missing the MJ, card number 57. We're missing card number 21. So we have 130 out of 132 cards. So a near complete set. We bid the remaining value of 580. We just gave the entire 86 Fleer near complete set. So the way that I broke it down, and I'll showcase some of the better names here, I took the remaining 580 value. There's 130 cards in the set. I now valued the remaining Fleer cards at basically $4.50 per. Now, that's not what I'm into them, because remember, I traded the Brady at 32. I paid less than 3,200 for the Brady. So realistically, I'm into these cards less than $4.50 per, but that's what I valued each of these cards at. Now, some of the no-namers that might be high and might be low, I have no idea. But some of the bigger ones, like Kareem, looks okay. So I'm gladly will take that at $4.50 value. Now, some of the other bigger names, like Charles Barkley, his copy does not look very good. There's a crease right around his midsection. And I will go through and kind of showcase some of the conditions of these guys for you. Now, the reason why I traded for this and I was okay with it is I was into the Brady for really good value. I think I'm going to be able to get close, if not cash flow, for what I paid for the Brady out of these slabs. That's the goal. And then basically be into this entire 86 Fleer near complete set for free, for $0, compared to what I paid for the Brady. Then from there, I get to slow roll this. I get to go through and evaluate these, choose which ones I want to grade. Do I want to go PSA and try and get a high grade? It's going to take some time. Do I want to go SGC for some quick turnarounds? Do I want to do BGS and try and get, some quad gems or potentially some quad gem plus if I don't think it has a chance to PSA 10? Whatever it is, I get to slow roll this set now, and I get to learn what sells quickly, what doesn't. I've never had a near complete set of 86 Fleer, and I've never bought a set raw. So this just gives me a chance to do a lot of things with this. So I'm very excited about that specifically. But there's the Kareem. Now, I'm sure there's some of these guys that I'm missing that have sneaky value that I'll learn. But there's the Charles Barkley, obviously is bad condition. Larry Bird was not great condition. I want to say Rolando Blackman is supposed to be one that's a decent if you have a high grade in it, because he's tough, but he wasn't in great condition. Let's see. And these are numerical order, by the way. But there was one that we thought really had a chance. The Clyde Drexler. Look at how nice that Clyde Drexler looks. That is very nice centering. Corners look nice. The back looks nice. Now I'm going to have to look at the corners in depth and the centering. The surface. But, just off the gate, that would have a chance to PSA 8, 9. A PSA 9 of Clyde Drexler on its own, I think, is like $150. So I looked at some of these and noticed that there's a couple that have a chance to potentially get high grades, which was very enticing when picking this up. You got Joe Dumars. Dr. J, he was mid-grade because the centering was kind of off. Patrick Ewing, mid-grade. George Gervin, the Iceman, which I don't think he's very valuable in the 86 Fleer set. Like I said, some of the stuff I might be saying here about the 86 Fleer set, I may be wrong on. I don't have a ton of knowledge on it. This was a great chance for me to learn at a very cheap price point. What else do we have? The Magic was decent centering. So that one's got a chance to potentially be something. Karl Malone, and mid-grade, off-centered. But yeah, I can't remember who card 21 was, but unfortunately that person is just missing. But overall, when I was looking through this, I thought the set was decent. It definitely wasn't beat up. I mean, you could argue that it was mid-grade across the board, which mid-grade at 580 value I was fine with. Now, the only thing that will be interesting is, like, if any of these, once I start looking at surface, have, like, giant surface flaws that I don't know about. Because I did not take each of these out individually when looking at these at the card show. Because I was getting good value on them, I didn't want to take too much time with it. Isaiah Thomas, mid-grade. The last few guys here, Spud isn't anything. Dominique looked decent. He's worthy. And then the checklist wasn't anything crazy. I think it was mid to low grade. There was a little corner ding there. It was off-centered. And the back obviously didn't look too great. So that was kind of everything. I'm sure there's a couple of guys I missed in there that have decent value as like 8s or 9s that I just don't know off the top of my head. But so that was the trade that I did, the second trade that I was very excited about because it gives me a chance to learn for the 86 Fleer. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun having all these graded cards also. I mean, they're big names. It's Mantle, it's Luka, it's MJ, it's Ricky Henderson, it's Barry Sanders, Giannis, Pete Rose. But you just can't go wrong with these names. Johnny Bench. So that's why it made sense to do that trade, because I was picking up names that are equal. I shouldn't say equal. Brady is probably one of his biggest names of his sport. You can argue Mantle is the biggest of his sport, but you can argue that Luka and Giannis aren't the biggest names in their sports. That's for everybody to debate. Barry Sanders. But just names that are relevant, at least. So was happy to make that trade. We'll see what that final number comes to and what happens with the 86 Fleer near complete set. Which ones I grade, which ones I hold back if I have a chance for any high grades. But there's a lot of unknown potential from what I got at this show, which was very interesting. Obviously, I know what that's worth. But these guys here, being able to potentially grade those is going to be, I think, upside is going to be huge. We'll see what happens there. And then just cool other value pickups. Had a lot of fun at the show. Like I said, the only thing that was disappointing is a lot of people packed up early. So it looked fairly empty by like 1 o'clock, which was disappointing, but that's okay. Still enjoyed going, hanging out with Mikey, buying, selling, trading. So overall, fun day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching what I picked up from the show, kind of breaking down the 2 trades that I had and looking at some of the things I purchased. Thank you for watching. This was kind of a longer version of a card show pickup. So thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great day, and don't forget to smile. Later, guys.